In a multiverse built on escalating destruction, where gods tremble at the mere flecks of mortal ambition, Ultra Instinct's serene detachment clashes against Ultra Ego's voracious hunger in a way that fractures every established rule of power. Yet somehow, this chaotic mismatch doesn't collapse under its own weight. It thrives, twisting the narrative into a meme-worthy spectacle that outweighs the sum of its illogical parts. Goku's form, a whisper of instinct honed to evade the universe's fury without a single conscious thought, stands opposed to Vegeta's raw embodiment of pride, where every blow taken fuels a surge that distorts reality itself. And therein lies the irony. What should unravel into absurdity instead shifts the entire Dragon Ball paradigm, forcing us to question if true strength lies in letting go or in devouring the pain. Consider the philosophical core first, because this isn't just a brawl. It's an ideological war wrapped in ki blasts and shattered planets. Ultra Instinct, as mastered by Goku in the Tournament of Power arc, represents the pinnacle of martial purity, movements unbound by hesitation, where the body reacts faster than the mind can sabotage it. It's calm, efficient, almost poetic in its evasion, dodging Hakai energy like it's swatting away a bothersome fly. Whis drilled this into him, emphasizing that overthinking kills the flow, and we've seen it pay off against Jiren, where Goku's silver-haired transcendence turned a desperate standoff into a symphony of untouchable grace. But flip that coin, and Ultra Ego emerges as Vegeta's counterpoint during the Granolah the Survivor arc, a form birthed from Beerus's destructive teachings, where damage isn't a setback, it's accelerant. The more you hurt Vegeta, the stronger he becomes, his ego inflating like a black hole sucking in punishment to spit out amplified power. It's brutal, unyielding, a chaotic embrace of suffering that mocks the very idea of defense. Now, pit these against each other, and logic screams foul. Ultra Instinct thrives on avoidance, slipping through attacks with minimal effort, while Ultra Ego demands impact, craving the collision to evolve. One dodges, the other invites. This shouldn't mesh. It's like oil and water in a blender set to apocalypse mode. Yet in their hypothetical showdown, or rather the teased tensions we've glimpsed in Dragon Ball Super manga chapters, this dissonance creates narrative gold. Goku's instinctive dodges would glance off Vegeta's aura, only for Vegeta to absorb the residual force, growing fiercer with each near miss. Imagine the scaling. Goku starts at a baseline where his speed warps time, but Vegeta's form scales exponentially with pain, potentially outpacing that evasion if he lands even a grazing hit. It's a feedback loop of escalation, where Goku's precision could falter under Vegeta's relentless pressure, forcing him to attack more aggressively and thus feed the ego beast. Tactically, this matchup exposes flaws in both. Goku's Ultra Instinct, for all its godlike reflexes, drains stamina like a sieve. Remember how it flickered out against Moro, leaving him vulnerable. Vegeta, meanwhile, risks overindulgence. His ego could balloon to unstable levels, as seen when Granolah's precision strikes nearly popped that pride bubble. In a direct clash, Goku might exploit this by feinting, drawing out Vegeta's aggression until the form backfires in a hilarious self-own, like Vegeta powering up so much he punches himself into orbit. That's the chaotic twist. Vegeta's prince-level arrogance, memed across anime communities as Vegeta Jobs Again 2025 edition, becomes both his weapon and his Achilles heel, turning the fight into a psychological minefield where Goku's chill vibe inadvertently trolls him into rage-quitting his own power-up. Narrative weight here is immense, reshaping Dragon Ball's lore. This isn't mere fan service, it's an evolution of Saiyan duality. Goku and Vegeta have always mirrored each other. Instinct versus discipline, fun versus conquest, but Ultra forms amplify that to cosmic stakes. Their rivalry, forged in the Saiyan saga and tempered through Cell, Bu, and beyond, reaches a zenith where personal growth collides with universal threats. Why does this matter? Because it humanizes gods. Goku's journey to Ultra Instinct underscores letting go of ego, a Buddhist-inspired release that contrasts Vegeta's path, which doubles down on self-importance, echoing Nietzschean will to power. In the fandom, this sparks endless debates. Is detachment superior, or does embracing destruction yield truer might? We've seen echoes in power-scaling threads on Reddit, where users crunch numbers on how Ultra Ego's damage multiplier could theoretically surpass Instinct's auto-dodge if Vegeta tanks enough hits, but overlooks the emotional toll, Vegeta's pride fracturing under repeated failures, adding layers of tragic irony. Delve deeper into the battle dynamics, and the emotional impact hits hard. Picture the initial exchange. Goku, eyes narrowed in silver focus, circles Vegeta, whose purple aura crackles with masochistic glee. A punch from Goku phases through air as Vegeta lunges, taking a counter that should end it. But no, he laughs, body adapting, power spiking. The risk? Goku's form wavers if he overextends, while Vegeta's could implode from overload, costing them both in a multiverse where losing means erased timelines. It's high-stakes poker with planets as chips, and the consequence lingers. This clash forces growth, pushing Goku toward controlled instinct and Vegeta beyond blind ego. Humor sneaks in chaotically. Vegeta monologuing about his superiority mid-beatdown, only for Goku to scratch his head and say something oblivious like, "Man, you're getting tougher the more I hit you." That's weird, turning the scene into prime anime meme fodder, ripe for TikTok edits with Vegeta's therapy session gone wrong. Strategically, power levels here defy quantification. Base Ultra Instinct Goku clocked in at levels rivaling gods of destruction, evading attacks that warp space. Ultra Ego Vegeta, post-serial arc training, absorbed Granolah's assaults, a being who wished himself strongest in the universe, and countered with Hakai-infused blasts. In Versus terms, Instinct's speed edge might dominate early, but Ego's adaptive scaling could flip the script, especially if Vegeta baits Goku into prolonged engagement. Narrative significance. It cements Dragon Ball Super as more than power creep. It's about philosophy clashing in the arena of fate. Fandom adores this because it subverts expectations. Goku isn't always the winner by default, and Vegeta's arc gains depth, avoiding the eternal second place trope that's been memed to death. But let's not ignore the broader lore implications. This matchup echoes the series' theme of balance. Too much instinct leads to detachment from bonds. Too much ego isolates through hubris. In the Granolah arc, we saw hints of this when Vegeta tapped ego against the heaters, his form shattering under emotional strain, while Goku's instincts saved the day, but at personal cost. If they ever fully square off, it could fracture their partnership, raising stakes for future threats like Black Frieza, who's lurking with power that outweighs both. The chaotic humor? Imagine Vegeta powering up from a stubbed toe, yelling, "This pain fuels me," while Goku dodges asteroids effortlessly, quipping about lunch, pure Dragon Ball absurdity that keeps audiences hooked. Shifting focus to the cinematic elements, the animation potential distorts reality. Instinct's fluid motions, trails of silver light bending around Ego's purple explosions, planets crumbling as collateral. Tactically, Goku could use afterimages to confuse, but Vegeta's senses, sharpened by destruction, might anticipate, leading to a cataclysmic stalemate. Emotional impact peaks when pride meets humility. Vegeta's internal monologue of refusal to yield, contrasted with Goku's quiet resolve, building tension that resonates with fans who've followed their saga for decades. Why shouldn't this work? Because on paper, it's mismatched philosophies, yet in execution, it highlights Saiyan resilience, turning potential disaster into storytelling triumph. And that's where the irony bites. Ultra Ego, designed to thrive on damage, could be starved by Instinct's evasion, forcing Vegeta to chase like a bull in a china shop of stars. But if Goku slips, one solid hit cascades into Ego's dominance, a snowball effect that's both terrifying and hilariously unbalanced. Power scaling enthusiasts calculated as Instinct starting at 10x multiplier, Ego ramping from 5x to infinite with sustained punishment, but narrative weight trumps math. This is about character arcs colliding, not spreadsheets. In Anime Memes 2025 circles, it's already spawning edits of Vegeta as a damaged sponge, Goku as the untouchable troll, underscoring how Dragon Ball evolves through chaos. Peeling back further, consider the training origins. Whis' angelic guidance molded Instinct into Goku, emphasizing harmony with the universe, while Beerus's lazy mentorship gifted ego to Vegeta, a form that literally feeds on destruction's essence. This divine asymmetry adds layers, gods playing favorites, mortals caught in the crossfire. In a full battle, tactics evolve, Goku adapting by incorporating strikes to disrupt ego's build-up, Vegeta using Hakai to erode instinct's flow. The cost? Bodily strain for both, with Goku risking burnout and Vegeta's self-inflicted wounds, heightening emotional stakes as their bond strains under rivalry's pressure. Humorously, it's chaotic perfection. Vegeta's ego making him a walking punchline, growing stronger from slaps that would fell lesser beings, while Goku's instinct turns him into a Zen dodger, accidentally memeing his rival into frustration. Narrative significance lies in subverting power norms. Dragon Ball has always been about surpassing limits, but this matchup questions if limits even exist when forms like these clash. Fandom debates rage. Does ego's potential infinite scaling beat instinct's perfect defense? The answer fractures opinions, keeping the community alive with theories. As the confrontation builds, imagine the shift. Initial probes where instinct dances around ego's assaults, each miss fueling Vegeta's smirk, but then a graze lands, and the power tilts. It's a rhythmic pulse of advance and retreat, distorting the battlefield into a warped canvas of energy. Why matters? Because it elevates the story from fistfights to existential commentary, with Saiyans as vessels for universal truths. Ironic twist. What shouldn't work, detachment versus indulgence, mirrors real-world dichotomies, making Dragon Ball more than entertainment, a chaotic mirror to our own struggles. Tactics deepen with environmental play, Goku using debris for cover, Vegeta shattering it to force close quarters where ego shines. Emotional impact? The underlying friendship, tested, adds poignancy. Hints of respect amid the destruction, like Vegeta grudgingly acknowledging Goku's growth. In lore, this could pivot the series toward hybrid forms, blending instinct and ego for ultimate power, but for now, the tension simmers. The scale overwhelms, planets as footnotes in their wake, gods watching with bated breath. Power levels? Instinct's autopilot efficiency versus ego's masochistic ramp, a matchup that defies prediction, chaotic in its beauty. And yet, it works, bending logic to serve the narrative's heart. Humor creeps in with Vegeta's inevitable quips, his pride swelling to cartoonish proportions, meme-ready for ultra-ego fail compilations. Goku's obliviousness amplifies it, turning serious analysis into edgy fun. Narrative weight. This clash reinforces Dragon Ball's core. Rivalry is catalyst for evolution, mattering because it pushes boundaries in a franchise that's defined them for generations. Diving into specifics from the manga, recall how Vegeta's ego debut against Granolah showcased its adaptive nature, absorbing sniper shots to counter with devastating force. Against instinct, that adaptability could counter Goku's unpredictability, creating a feedback of mutual escalation. Tactics. Vegeta baits with feigned openings, Goku exploits with precise strikes. The risk fractures their forms, consequence echoing through arcs like the upcoming Black Frieza threat. Why shouldn't it work? Philosophically opposed, yet the story thrives on that opposition, weaving humor through Vegeta's over-the-top reactions, chaotic bursts of Kakarot amid the mayhem. Emotional impact. The cost of power, loneliness, and strength outweighing victories. Scale it up. Their auras clashing could collapse dimensions, a cinematic spectacle of silver and purple entropy. Power scaling debates in fandom highlight ego's potential to surpass if instinct falters, but narrative favors balance. Ironic how this mismatch strengthens the lore, making Dragon Ball Super a tapestry of chaotic brilliance. As analysis unfolds, the building climax reveals how this battle, illogical on surface, distills the series' essence, growth through conflict, with humorous twists keeping it relatable. In anime terms, it's a power logic puzzle that fans dissect endlessly, from tactics to emotional undercurrents. And that's the fracture point. What should unravel instead binds the story tighter, with Vegeta's ego challenging Goku's instinct in ways that shift everything. The tension builds, consequences looming like a shattered Kaioshin realm, chaotic yet profound. Mid-flow, the tactics evolve further, with Goku's instinctive counters meeting Vegeta's punishing advances, each exchange distorting the power dynamic in unexpected ways. Emotional layers peel back, revealing the narrative's true weight. The cost of surpassing gods, wrapped in Saiyan pride and instinct. Humorously, it's like watching two forces of nature argue through fists, Vegeta's ego inflating to meme levels while Goku dodges with casual flair. Why matters? It redefines strength for the fandom, sparking 2025 discussions on hybrid forms and beyond. The scale escalates, planets fracturing as collateral, their clash a symphony of destruction that outweighs previous arcs. Power levels blur, tactics shift. Goku feinting to starve ego's fuel, Vegeta pressing to force errors. Ironic twist. The form meant to dominate through pain starves against untouchable grace, chaotic in its failure to connect. Narrative significance. This moment cements their rivalry as the series' backbone, emotional impact resonating through bonds tested and strengthened. In lore, it hints at future evolutions, where blending these forms could shatter universal limits. But delve into the chaotic underbelly, where memes thrive. Vegeta powering up from a paper cut, Goku yawning through apocalypses. It's edgy, analytical fun that keeps audiences engaged, analyzing every frame for scaling insights. As the battle hypothetical peaks, the philosophical clash reaches climax, distorting Dragon Ball's foundations in ways that shouldn't hold but do, with humorous insights underscoring the absurdity. Tactics refine, Vegeta using Hakai to erode the field, Goku's instinct adapting with seamless precision. The risk? Total collapse, consequence rippling across multiverses. Emotional weight, pride versus humility, a mirror to fan struggles. Scale it, energy outputs that warp reality, power scaling pushing beyond quantifiable. Why this matters in story and fandom. It evolves the mythos, chaotic twists making it unforgettable. And therein, the hook loops back. This shouldn't work, yet it does, fracturing expectations with analytical depth and edgy humor. Building on that, let's examine the potential turning points. Suppose Goku lands a clean hit early, ego absorbs, surges, but if instinct maintains distance, Vegeta chases, burning energy in vain. Chaotic irony, the prince reduced to flailing, meme-worthy in his frustration. Narrative flow shifts, emotional impact deepening as fatigue sets in, revealing vulnerabilities. Power levels, instinct's efficiency versus ego's exponential, a race where avoidance could win by attrition. In Granolah arc Echoes, we saw ego's limits against precision, instincts against stamina. Against each other, it's a perfect storm, tactics demanding adaptation beyond training. Humor sneaks, Vegeta boasting, only for Goku to trip him with instinctual ease, turning god-level combat into slapstick. Fandom loves it for the scaling debates, 2025 trends predicting hybrid ultra forms. The significance? It humanizes the superhuman, weighing narrative costs like strained friendships against power gains. Cinematic in scope, the battle distorts space, auras clashing in visual poetry, though voice only, the imagery evokes. As analysis concludes, the mismatched success lies in its chaos. Analytical lens revealing why Dragon Ball endures, through illogical brilliance that captivates. But wait, there's more to unpack in the lore ties. How this matchup ties back to Saiyan heritage, Zenkai boosts evolving into divine forms. Tactics, Vegeta leveraging past losses as fuel, Goku drawing on friendships for instinct stability. Emotional climax, the moment pride cracks, instinct hesitates, consequence threatening erasure. Scale overwhelms, power shifting like tides. Ironic, how this shouldn't work becomes the story's strength, with humorous insights sealing the deal. Final thoughts ripple. In a universe of endless escalation, this clash stands as testament to narrative ingenuity, chaotic yet cohesive.